Hey everyone, Dave here. So I'm going to do a video here on creating consensus nodes. And we're going to do this with creating our own private chain here. So what I have is I've got a copy of the neo-CLI. So let me take that and I'm going to make 3 nodes out of this. So let's create a new folder here. I'm going to call this folder consensus. And I'm just going to paste a copy of this CLI here. So I'm going to run, let's say, 3 copies locally. 3 is the minimum. You could run 4 to have a backup, or as many as you want here. So I'm going to call this one node 1. And let's run a copy of PowerShell here. I'm just going to drag that over here. So neo.net neo-CLI. See if it'll let me create that wallet. Okay, so it did. So what I'm going to do is create a little document to contain all these public keys for a second. And I don't need anything else. Open. So this is node 1. I'm going to create another wallet called node 2. And another one called 3. Actually, let's create 4. You know, I can probably just copy that whole thing. So I've got all that information handy. So now we've got that set up. I'm going to edit our protocol.json. So protocol.json is going to have a bunch of information in it. So the big one here is, sorry, didn't mean to minimize that, are these standby validators. So these are the public keys of the nodes that will do the validation and block building. So what we want to do is plunk our keys into that. And our last one here. As we're creating our own network here, I want to create a new magic number. So this 56753 is the default private net from the City of Zion Docker file. So I'm going to create, well, maybe not something that starts with 5, just, and not with a U in it. Okay, random number generated. Seconds per block, I'm going to leave at 15 here. And then I'm going to change these ports as well. So I'm going to start running this on port 7000 just because I can. So it's going to go 7000, 7001, 7002, 7003. And that is my protocol.json. And then I'm going to open up the config.json as well here. So this one's going to reveal things on port 7000, and RPC I'm going to run on port 8000. That's for this one client. Now that I've got that set up, I'm going to copy this whole folder and create another node here. So normally you'd run these nodes on different machines, but because we're just doing this to set up a local network, I'm just going to copy these. This might take a few seconds, so I'm just going to fast forward time. Okay, so now I've magically made these copies of nodes exist. So node 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've also cracked open my favorite text editor and opened up each one's config.json. So here I'm running port 7000 for node 1. Node 2 I'm going to want to run on port 7001. Node 3 I'm going to run on 7002. Node 4 on 3. Right? So this matches up with our seed list here, 7000, 1, 2, 3. Save, save, save. And then I have fired up a bunch of PowerShell scripts here. So this one's already open, running node 1 here. neo-cli.dll open wallet node2.json. neo-cli DLL. neo-cli.dll. Okay, now I got them all open here. Show state, isn't it? Oh, but I already have blocks here. Hopefully that'll work without, I forgot that when I copied this, I also copied my existing chain folder so that there are nodes here, but they're going to be under a different magic number. You know what? I want to start from scratch here, so just bear with me 1 second here, and I'm going to just, oh no. Okay, maybe I won't. Let's try it. So we're going to type start consensus. Hopefully, because it's got a different magic number, it'll realize that we'll be on a different chain. Otherwise, I got to restart all of these. So I'm just going to run start consensus in all of these here. And it looks like we're starting to sync up here. There we go. So we're at a height of 2 now. It's interesting that this one did not kick in, but let's go to our, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to demo. Come on. neo-GUI. Eventually. I'm going to clear this all out. So I deleted my old chain file. And I'm going to edit this protocol.json. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the new one with this new magic number and these new nodes, or sorry, the new validators, new seed list, save that file, and we should fire up here. Okay, so now the GUI is starting up. We are connected to 3 nodes. Which is good here. And we've generated 5 blocks so far. So there we go. We have set up our own little private net here with 5 blocks and 3 consensus nodes. So it looks like something's going awry with this first one here. Maybe I started this node up before I changed the config file. Looks like that is the case. Oh yeah, open wallet node 1 JSON. Okay, so these are now communicating back and forth and creating blocks. So we've got 4 nodes now. As you can see here, we've got our 4th connected. We've generated 8 blocks and we are creating nodes. So those are our own private consensus nodes set up and running. So I'll talk a little bit more about how to make it so that you can automate this a bit more in the next video. See you then.